that the Earth is flat.
Where is the curve? It's panic button.
Science Emergency Defense Program initiated.
About the Earth being flat?
The Earth looks flat to notice any curvature at all. Please look flat. The world is flat. The world is flat. The Earth flat. Neil deGrasse Tyson, bitch. You know, from television.
The Earth is flat.
860,000 miles across. High ground, all that money dried up. That's why the last Apollo mission was 17. We didn't even send 18, even though we built the rockets to do so. We said, we're done here. On to the next problem. So don't confuse yourself. Don't delude yourself into thinking we went to the moon because a cleansing of your memory of the past. We do, but somebody's got to write the check. Right. And so what I'm saying is, if this becomes the new culture, then the secondary effect is that everyone is... Okay, let me be blunt, okay? Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Earth is flat. Go right ahead. And stays away from NASA. Earth is flat. Only when the last of them agrees do we then agree to bring them back.
Senior year, school's out. Right. All is that fine. What is our special interest? It's your health and your wealth and your security. And it's the special interest that applies to us all. Terraform Earth back into Earth. Why not? So I think in practice, we should do it because it's a cool thing to do. And
it's physics, Terry. It's physics. Yeah, and why would you even have to say, give it to me straight, unless there was a day when they didn't give it to you straight? For water on Europa. There's the dream. And when I stand in front of 8th graders and want to get them excited, that'll give me something to tell them. Please look flat. Iron, low oxygen, low atmospheric pressure. As an example, I'm making this up, but that's as an example. There's an asteroid. The size of the Rose Bowl. Headed towards Earth. It's called Apophis, named for the Egyptian god of death and darkness. Something called the keyhole. It'll have a close approach to Earth in the year 2029. It's a hole in the water. What does it do? Falls back in the hole. Go right on down the list. Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, nitrogen. Right on down to iron. By the action of thermonuclear fusion. The universe was opaque. Neutrinos were released. We whipped out a neutrino telescope that had very high sensitivity. You could see farther back in time to the first few moments. Our models of the universe, when you think for centuries, people have tried to wonder how we got here and what the origin of the universe was. And it was only in the last several dozen years that we've had scientific data to answer those questions. No longer, it is bone dry. I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. I think Earth is flat. And to perhaps get to know our planet for the very first time. Thank you. Earth is flat. I'm about. Well, the problems would arise if that person runs for office, rises to power, and then decides to become head of a space agency. That doesn't work. All right? No. Over people who are not. That's an inversion of a knowledge pyramid that will flat Earth, of a 30 cubits across. That flat Earth, of a 30 cubits around, 10 cubits across. Well, if you divide those two numbers, you get 3.0. Flat Earth, flat Earth. When people do not know when they don't know something. Do you know when you don't know something? Is what was left over after everyone paired up at the dance party, all right? You pair off everybody, everyone pairs off, and what you'll see of space. Okay. And it's that curvature that tells other matter how to move. Thought for which there's no vocabulary to account. And when you do, that's how you invent new words. And Shakespeare put tons of words into the English language.
I should have known this right from the start.
You know, give me something.
Well, it's hard to believe.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm...
But what about, do you believe you have a soul?
I don't know what a soul is. Soul's in our head, and somehow that's me.
Gosh, you're blowing my mind.
I will ground
me.
Oh, you ready?
I'm spiraling.
I will so ground you. All right. Maybe they can't hear.
Oh, crap.
We'll want... Nobody doesn't like a rub, a body rub.
I'm trying to get a rub right now. Say it one more time. Say it with all of it.
America's eclipsed.
This is when the moon's gonna get real shady.
Moon gets very, very shady. So you surely, that's why I'm saying, I think artists are who we will have to reach for to find out how to touch the senses of aliens we have yet to imagine.
Maybe
This is streaming worldwide?
It's streaming worldwide.
Now you tell me that?
Why? You look good from all angles.
With stars
Gosh.
across the galaxy.
I'm following you on every social media.
So-
I've already been to a couple planets and seen that maybe no one is there, but
Other rocks back out into space.
sure, cause of law and effect.
Research witness squared.
360.
But so the problem is, it means, see, I had a tweet I had lined up.
Ideology.
Ideology.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for that, because
yeah.
the struggle continues.
But
Who shot this?
These guys, Mert and Marcus, they're fantastic
Mert
duo.
and Marcus?
That's correct.
so much.
Gosh. Yeah, that's exactly. The unknown is a seduction. Haunted houses, they don't know what's there, and
Sure.
they're pulled in.
Sure.
And so, hardly ever scientists. They're people have heard of,
Sure.
hewn from pop culture. So you're in a dork safe space with me. This is all we're gonna do. Is
Amazing.
totally geek out. So, so you ready to begin? I got good material.
Reading.
It's good material.
Good. We moved around a lot because my parents started churches all around the country.
Oh, okay. Math is the language of the universe.
Numbers. Yeah.
To describe
Did
the
we
universe.
invent it,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, we kind of invented it. The thing that came out of our head even works.
Yeah.
To describe
Did
the
we
universe.
invent it,
Yeah,
or?
yeah, we kind of invented it.
As a language.
Yeah, as a language to communicate with great precision what's going on in the natural world.
Numbers.
They're
Right.
kind of fuzzy and abstract, and
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Are you a carpenter on the spare time? Beautiful. I love it. So,
I go very high and I can go pretty low.
how low can you go?
Oh, crying and screaming, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I saw part of that therapy session. It was like, I got to come in after that.
You just said the earth is flat. Wow. You just said the earth is flat. Said the earth is flat.
Yeah.
But when it comes time to actually measure something, you need the math. Carpenter on the spare time?
No, I'm.
I got to come in after that.
It's just flat.
You make me really happy.
See if we can.
I spun out.
Yeah.
I was spun for a second.
Okay.
I spun out.
Yeah.
I was spun for a second.
Okay. More
Like
places
Ariana
you can-
Grande is like the best.
Check.
But no, she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prism.
Prism.
Were you thinking prism? I mean, prism is a
thinking-
physics thing. It's
Okay, that is a reflection.
that it's triangular and it
Yeah.
takes white light
Yeah.
and it breaks it into its component.
It's flat. You just said the earth is flat. You just said the earth is flat. Said the earth is flat. Wow.
Color.
Oh!
That color.
Oh!
That-
Information, I digest it, and then I make songs out of it, and then I go, and it turns into all these colors, and that's why we're sitting in a rainbow.
Yeah,
What do you
I
mean?
know nothing.
Oh, what do you-
This
Right
is
now.
a beautiful space here. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to any of us. Roy G. Biv.
Roy G. Biv.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing. Isaac Newton discovered it.
Love him.
Not me. I love me some Isaac Newton. There's no.
I have a crush on him and Socrates.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that means you're deeply plugged in to the pulse of deep.
More, the more I.
You said the earth is flat.
Perimeter of your ignorance. Perimeter of your ignorance. Because that's the boundary between what is known within the circle and what is unknown outside of it. So every new thing you learn, you stand in a new place and see things you never even knew you didn't know.
What I thought I knew 4 months ago, I've changed my mind, and
Not on any frontier at all. And that is that I know nothing. Realizing that I knew you had sort of a soul. What happens is as the area of your knowledge grows,
yeah.
so too does the perimeter of your ignorance. Because that's the boundary between what is known within the circle and what is unknown outside of it. So every new thing you learn, you stand in a new place and see things you never even knew you didn't know. It's the same thing as your ice cubes in water.
Right. So the
Same
bottom
thing.
half.
Yeah,
wow.
this 90% is sinking below, 10% pops up above.
Ice cubes. Why are there 7 billion people?
Pear-shaped. So, it turns out the pear-shapedness is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level.
Flat line, you fooled us for the last